If we know one thing about Henry Cavill, it's that he's a huge Warhammer fan. And by huge, we mean he's basically its ambassador, spokesperson, and more. Just hand him the whole franchise. He deserves it. And there's a lot of celebrities who you'd have never guessed are fans. Keep watching, because in this video, we'll be discussing everything related to Henry Cavill's involvement with the Warhammer franchise and more. First up, Superman is a Warhammer fan. The British actor, who you probably know for his beloved roles of Superman and The Witcher's Geralt of Rivia, is basically in love with the game. And this isn't a secret or anything. Like, we didn't have to do a deep web search to find you this info, cause Cavill's pretty vocal about his hobbies, like gaming, and Warhammer has a special place in his heart. From painting its game figurines to memorizing its lore, the man's done it all. At this point, there's no doubt that Henry Cavill is a huge fan, one who's truly dedicated to playing the game. And how can we forget the story that started it all? The internet found out that he's a gamer during an interview in which the actor shared that he almost missed the phone call letting him know he'd got the Superman role because he was busy playing Warcraft. Well, to be specific, he was deep in a World of Warcraft raid. Now, that's one fun fact that fans couldn't help but admire. Like, hello, the dedication. We could never. The actor's love for Warhammer 40k has also helped him make a cult following of sorts, which obviously includes Warhammer fans. Also, when Henry appeared on the Graham Norton Show in 2021, he was grilled with some not-so-fun questions, but he powered through them like a champ. Even Tom Holland cheered him on after he watched the interview, so beat that, haters. Coming up, here's how Cavill earned his honorary Warhammer nerd title. In the time that followed this interview, Henry Cavill has become associated with Warhammer quite a lot. Like Warhammer and Henry Cavill just make sense together. The Man of Steel actor posted a picture of him on a jet reading Penitent by Dan Abnett, shared one of his most recently accomplished models. A golden custodies he painted using Adrian Smith's famous artwork as inspiration, and even made a fun reference to an alternate name for the Emperor of Mankind. Oh, but wait, there's more, and it gets pretty crazy. Did you know that Cavill has his own personal figurine? Not of him as a British actor, but in Warhammer form. His figurine is titled Heinrich Cavilius, and is an Adeptus Custodes figure, which took like 100 hours of work for the sculptor, a Warhammer fan himself, Simon Cook. How cool is that? Henry's also portrayed as a high elf hero in Total War Warhammer 2 DLC. Cavill's love for the game started during the first pandemic lockdown of 2020. In an Instagram, the Enola Holmes actor shared in the post that he picked up the paintbrush once again to improve his Warhammer painting skills. Oh, and he also revealed his love of Warhammer lore. The actor's never played Age of Sigmar, but Henry Cavill did make it clear that he's a firm fan of every aspect of Warhammer 40k. What's more, here's a list of other celebs who also like Warhammer. Vin Diesel, Ed Sheeran, Kirsten Dunst, Kevin Smith, Bill Murray, the late Edward Woodward and Robin Williams, Jason Mewes, Ansel Elgort, and Trey Parker have all joined Cavill on the dark side, meaning that they're Warhammer fans. Let's take a look at what the actors like about the game and how long they've been playing. First up at number 7, Vin Diesel. Fans have always thought that Vin Diesel's a fan of Warhammer thanks to his Dungeons & Dragons roots, but sadly so far, these rumors are just that, and nothing's been proven that he plays the game. The only evidence that fans cling to is a story narrated by a Daka user in which Diesel asked the game's workshop store in a mall to close so he could have an uninterrupted game. He was refused, so instead, the Fast and Furious actor bought some Blood Angels Assault Marines and then left. Now, as much as we'd love to pass down the knowledge of Vin Diesel playing Warhammer to our kids, the actor himself never confirmed that he does in fact play the game, and all we've got in terms of proof is someone else's story. So guess we'll have to skip on the generational storytelling till we get a confirmation from the man himself. But hey, he likes Blood Angels. That's also a win, according to us. Coming up at number 6, Ansel Elgort. Would you believe us if we told you that the Divergent series actor paints Warhammer figures? He shared this fun fact with Conan O'Brien in an interview. Oh, and there's a whole monologue that goes along with it over on Team Coco. Apparently, the best pickup lines are those that include painting figurines. We hope you're writing this down, guys. Up next at number 5, Robin Williams. The late Robin Williams has been a huge gamer since the 1980s, and he even confirmed he was into Warhammer in a 2013 Reddit AMA. The beloved actor was also rumored to have gotten a bunch of other celebrities into Warhammer through movie interactions. Some of those include Billy Crystal, Kirsten Dunst, Bill Murray, and Dustin Hoffman. Only the GOAT, Robin Williams, could pull this off, to be honest. There's only 4 more to go. Number 4, Trey Parker. While it's unclear if he's into the Warhammer itself, according to an old article Michael from White Metal Games, the co-creator of South Park's definitely into the gaming hobby in general. He also contracted a local studio in North Carolina to paint up some figurines and a Darth Vader for him. Nice. Parker's got a custom Man-Bear-Pig model, which is pretty cool, no cap. Moving on at number 3, Ed Sheeran. Did you know that the Shape of You singer and our favorite ginger, Ed Sheeran, once posted a picture of him in a dressing room building Space Marines? What a fun way to share about your hobbies and interests. He also mentioned that doing stuff like this makes him feel as if he's 9 years old again. Sheeran didn't say much else, but hey, nothing feels better than picking up your old hobbies, right? And we're glad the singer's having fun. Not to mention, at number 2, Edward Woodward. Way back in the late 1970s, Woodward had his own TV series called Battleground, where players played battles using minis and discussed what happened in the real battle. It's only got like 6 episodes, but you should watch it if you want to see older gaming footage. Last but not least, at number 1, Jordan Raskopoulos. Jordan, from the comedy rock band Axis of Awesome, is also a Warhammer fan. In one of the group's videos, while they're in Los Angeles for work and play, the lead singer actually met up with Carl from the Independent Characters podcast to play a game of 40K. Now that's one insane crossover video. Up next, what's the gossip on the Warhammer series? Guys, this tea's hot, so be careful. Jeff Snyder and the Hot Mic confirmed with The Hollywood Reporter that Amazon's currently in final talks for the screen rights of the movie and series, and Cavill is not only going to star in the movie, he's also its executive producer. Can you believe it? According to fans, Warhammer has a lot of potential for greatness because of its sci-fi setting, which expands across the whole galaxy. Oh, and how can we forget the awesome elements of fantasy and mysticism that are part of it, along with the great technology, religion, and superstition mixed with galactic conflict, and the never-ending lore. The series is definitely going to be a success, as long as everyone plays their cards right. Vertigo Entertainment is producing the movie, and in terms of its plot, the story plays out in the distant future where a mythical emperor is God, and human civilization is fighting on multiple fronts against every bad guy known in this universe. Hostile alien races and supernatural creatures, for example. Galactic war, tyranny, heresy, betrayal, genocide, religious conflict, and a glorious but violent death in battle. Warhammer has got it all, man. Basically, everyone's fighting each other to the death, and all species pose a considerable threat to the survival and continued dominance of the Imperium of Man. Are you excited? Here's to hoping the project is released sooner rather than later. Fingers crossed. Moving on to the next segment, Asa Butterfield and Rahul Kohli also want in on the project. We're all in the loop about how DC's not moving forward with Henry Cavill as Superman, right? Well, after the bummer news, the Midnight Mass actor Rahul Kohli jumped on Twitter to extend his new project idea to Cavill and offered a movie or limited series adaptation of the popular tabletop fantasy game, aka Warhammer. The tweet gained a lot of attention. Famous screenwriter C. Robert Cargill, who's worked on projects like Doctor Strange and The Black Phone, suggested that he'd be available to write the script. What? At least now we can sleep peacefully at night knowing the script's in good hands. Oh, and even the sex education star Asa Butterfield replied to the tweet that he'd be willing to play a servitor and be part of the adaptation. It's all coming together. We honestly think Kohli's tweet was the main driving force behind Amazon's decision to move ahead with their Warhammer 40K project. Like we said before, the studio's currently in final talks of getting the rights for the series, but there aren't any details on the nature of the project. It's unknown whether the pitch and the recently announced adaptation are connected. We guess fans will just have to sit tight and wait for any new information to be released. The best thing about Kohli and Cavill is that they're known for pushing for big screen versions of their favorite games. Rahul recently shared interest in being a part of a potential live-action Fable adaptation, while Cavill has famously portrayed the White Wolf in 3 seasons of Netflix's The Witcher. That's a wrap for this video. Are you excited to see Henry Cavill in the upcoming Warhammer 40K movie? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.